Okay, hi. Uh, Quickly before I actually start doing what I wanted to do in this video, I did originally make a video for the update in my own opinions, and then my computer blue screen, so I couldn't do anything about it, and it lost the recording forever. I made a lot of progress, and I didn't really want to make a video, and I already have played through everything, so that's why there's no video. I will, however, talk about each and every rod, as I now own every single rod yet again. And I have a list here that I'm going to go down the list and talk about each and every one of them. I wasn't going to make this originally, too. I was, I'm pretty mad. I have tried to get quantum on this rod for so long, and I wasted, well, almost 20 exalted relics, and not a single one did I get quantum. So I'm stuck. But yeah, I'm going to go down that's not the right list. Well, I'm just gonna go down a list of every rod and I'll give my opinions and if they're worth it, if they're not, and the best enchants, and then I'll look at the skins too, because I have every skin in the game now yet again. That's case skins. I'm not buying these. Unless it's like a really cool one, then yeah, I'll buy it. Otherwise, nah. So yeah. Okay. So as you can tell by the little thing down here, because I forgot to let it go by. The first rod I'm gonna look at is the first rod you'll actually see when you come down here. That being the champion rod. I have bait on, I don't want bait on. So, I mean, this is what it looks like. It's not like crazy. It actually looks like a sword, and I'm actually kind of liking that. That's the new bobber, by the way. I don't know what, I think that's for staying in the game when you start. Anyway, that's not what the video's about. So the champion is just a golden blade. It looks pretty neat. The stats for it, they're not good. This is a $1 million rod. And I will say it's not the best rod. You're better off saving up extra money and then buying Heaven's Rod. Like yeah, it's gonna cost you another million, but like these stats are just not good. Is that okay? That's a decent amount. That's not infinite though. But yeah, in my opinion, not the best rod. It's a cool looking rod, but definitely not something you should buy. The best enchant for this would probably end up actually being Hasty. All these rods are basically good with Hasty. Or otherwise, if you don't care about clicking the buttons all the time, then resilient, getting I think it's called resilient actually. Yeah, resilient right here. I'm slow. Resilient would also be a good enchant. Give it some extra kg or resilience because that's 5 is not good. And for the skin, the Coral Champion. Now this one, I actually really do like this skin. All the skins in the case are good. I like some better than others though. But this one definitely changes it completely. Now it's got like this cool like arrow in the top. It still looks like a sword, which is cool. It's got now these vines and these cool vine effects, as well as coral, because it's the coral champion. And in general, like it's a pretty cool rod skin. So yeah, base rod, not the best. Don't buy it, but the skin is a pretty cool skin. I'll give the skin a solid 6 out of 10. I do like it. Only thing is, I don't get why there's like plants on here, like flowers. It's supposed to be underwater. Would have been in these leaves. I feel like it would have been cooler if it was like not coral parts, but like something else, water related. But other than that, I mean, the skin's pretty cool. The rod's not great, and yeah, that's my opinion on that. All right, the next rod, the Depth Seeker Rod. Now, this rod also has a pretty cool design. It's got this, I don't know what you would call those, but again, it's a pretty cool and neat looking rod. Not much going for it. I mean, it does have these, like I said, I don't know what you would call these, but it is a pretty cool rod. Now for the stats though, again, it's not the best rod. I don't think this is 1 million. I think this is actually lower, but even then, it's not a good rod. Also, they have these long paragraph which no one can read that. I can't even read that. Like if I even try, I can't read it. And yeah, I mean, everything on this rod is just not good. The control might be good, but then at the same time, like it's got these. The best enchant for this, again, would be hasty, preferably. But if you, like I said, if you're fine with not clicking as much, if you're fine with clicking a lot, then maybe divine or even the any enchant that gives you luck would probably be better because it's not a great luck rod. The skin for it, I actually really enjoy the skin. Hold on. So yeah, this is what this looks like base, and this is what it looks like with the skin. Like I said, this skin is probably one of my favorite skins. It just becomes this giant freaking, what would you even call that? Like an anchor? It's just so cool. What, sunken rel, yeah. It's another sunken rod skin, or it's like another sunken skin, and like it's actually a really cool one. Like it's got this big anchor here. It's got these relic symbols, which are actually the symbols for the puzzle. My TV just went out. I was gonna watch some anime things real quick while I sit in here trying to get a Kraken. But yeah, it's a really cool rod. Yeah, I would give this one honestly a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 because I'm gonna be low key real with you. Even though it's a really cool looking rod, these just don't feel right just sitting up floating like that. If they were like hovering around it or something, then I would like it more, but I don't really like them just sitting there. But it's a really good rod. It's a really cool. It's not a good rod. It's a good skin. Oh my God, they just stabbed me. Okay. All right. Our next fun little rod to look at is the Tempest Rod. This rod is very much following up with its name, Tempest, from the totem, actually. The Tempest totem that makes it rain. This rod is basically just the rod version of that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is, actually. Another paragraph, I can't read that. It's a pretty cool looking rod. I actually like this. Get away from me. It's a really cool looking rod. I do hate when things are just floating around it without moving. It just looks weird. The stats for it, again, the stats are just not it. And yeah, like, the only good thing is like the resilience being 40. The best enchant that I would say, honestly, again, hasty is number one, and it's actually something I say you definitely should get. 15% lure speed is just not good, and there's nothing else to really get for it. Like, yeah, you could get like a money maker, like Abyssal or something. But in all seriousness, this rod needs a lure speed increase because it's 15, it's not great. The skin for it is another one I really like. So this is, like I said, this is what the normal one looks like. The Phantom Ghoul, another skin I really just enjoy. So it basically just gives it bat wings and it just looks so cool. Look at this. Oh my God. It's got these cool like skulls popping off of it too. It's just such a cool skin. I'll actually go ahead and say I actually like this top part, even though there's floating parts around it. I don't think they affect it as badly because they're barely noticeable. You could barely tell they're on there unless you really look at it. Also, it looks like they're floating because it's like hovering around it because it's ghostly, man. This skin, I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10. I actually really like this skin. It's got this cool like ghost. Look, it's even got like a ghostly like thing right there. That's so neat. It's got this cool ghost aura too. In general, this is just a good skin. I love this skin. Sucks the rod just is not it. But yeah, 10 out of 10 skin. I love that skin. All right, the something's in my eye. The next skin we have, or the next rod we have, is the Abyssal Specter. Now this rod doesn't have anything going for it. It just looks like a basic rod with twirls on it. It's just not a cool looking rod. I'll give you that. It just doesn't look right. Oh, spoilers. The rod itself is not bad. It's got a decent luck. It's got decent resilience. It's got good resilience actually. What the heck? It's got max kg. This is one of those good rods. Only issue that's dragging it down is again the lure speed and the control not being as high as other rods, but you can live with that. The best enchant I'd say for this is of course hasty because it needs it. And other than that, probably a money maker like Abyssal or something, just to make it more money. It's got everything else covered. It's not bad. So yeah, it just needs hasty. And the skin is another skin I like. Like I said, this rod sucks in its base design, but if you give it its depth, darkness, it really does just become a whole cool looking rod. It's got more bat wings. I don't know how I like them on this rod, but it does have some redeeming quality. It's got like these eyes on it. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Oh my, there's a skull on the bottom. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's got this cool little. I like that effect. Hold on. It's like a firework effect. Put that on the firework rod. Yeah, this skin pretty cool. This is like the Hellbringer rod skin for the no life rod. It's a pretty cool skin. Actually, I actually really like this. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I don't like how out in the ordinary these are. If they maybe made them fit into the rod a little more, like turn these black instead of white, it could look a little cooler. Oh wait, what the frick is over here? This got like two sparkles and another one of those shine things. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, a solid 9 out of 10 skin. I love that skin. The rod's not bad, but like I said, you're better off not buying it because there's other rods that are way better. All right. Our next fascinating rod is the Poseidon Rod. Now, I actually don't know if any of these rods are like have abilities and all that. If they do, I'll leave them in the comments so you can go and read what they all do. But this is the Poseidon Rod. It looks like the trident, and I mean it's a pretty cool design. It literally just looks like a better version of the trident. I hope it has the trident ability. I'm not gonna try it right now. Okay, devs, come on. It's floating right here. You couldn't put like a lightning bolt or something in here so that it looks like it's stuck on something? They need to go through each of these rods and fix some of the skins and all that because these look kind of this looks kind of lame with the stupid line in the middle. This is just me. I like things perfect. It's a pretty cool looking rod. I mean, it's got these wings on it. That's pretty cool. The stats are not that bad. Max KG is kind of lame. Just give it infinite. Lure speed is pretty good. Control 2, resilient 4. It's a good rod. It's actually a really good rod. I think this is around like it's in somewhere in the millions. This is a good rod to get. It's locked behind a lot of sharks though, so you will have to get those. Best enchant for this, hasty. Get that instant catch up. Otherwise, I mean, again, a money maker. Let me see if I could see anything in here. Nope. I don't know why they do these long freaking paragraphs like we're reading this. And the skin for it is Neptune Nep I researched planets. Neptune's demand. And it's a another cool skin. It definitely gives the skin more coolness. This is okay, devs. I see you can do lightning. Can we put that on the Trident Rod, please? Come on. Like, come on. You can do it. I know you can. Just do that. Anyway, back on track. It's a pretty cool rod. This what is this? It's like got like a glow right here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool rod skin. I don't hmm hmm. I like it, but it's like I don't know, man. This is even more off-putting. What the heck? I'm gonna give it an 8. It's again, it's a pretty cool skin. I just feel like I hate these freaking rainbows, first off. I don't like when they do this. It's on so many rods, and I just hate it because it's just so distracting. But other than that, I mean, it's not like I said, it's not bad. It's just I don't. Mm, I hyped it up so much, and now I'm like, ugh. I'm looking closer at it. And it's just I'm not liking it as much. I do like these black and blue effects right here, though. That's pretty cool. They should have did that for the whole rod. Maybe I would have liked it a little more. All right, we're going a little early with this one, but we got the Zeus Rod. This bad boy. It's got this lightning bolt stabbing me immediately. Okay. I mean, okay, it's another non. It doesn't have none of these have effects, but it's like that's fine. It's not a bad looking rod. It's actually it's pretty decent. Okay, I will say I do like it. It does have this cool like look. It's got this cool gem. I'm pointing out the most unknowing detail ever, bro. It's a cool rod. I could definitely see this being the Zeus rod. It's got lightning on it. It's his design. Uh, the stats. We just went from Poseidon to Zeus, and Zeus, you let me down, man. These stats are atrocious. Infinite KG, pretty good. I do love a good infinite KG rod. 15 resilience, not bad. You throw on a bait and you got it. Throw on some seaweed. Control point 25. That's pretty good. What rod household has a 25? So I just understand. Summit rod, pretty good. This luck is 70%. Its lure speed is also 40. Again, hasty enchant is the best enchant for this. Also, if I'm realizing it now, if I do end up missing a stat or something or like an enchant that I should say what you should get, all of it's gonna be in the comments. I'm gonna write down everything that I liked and didn't like. Well, not that, but I'm gonna drop the stats of like what you should get for enchants and then the skin. Back to this. Hasty enchant, best enchant for Zeus. 70% luck is not good. If you want to go for more luck, you can go ahead and get it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd actually say go for resilient if you don't care about clicking, but come on. Just put on hasty and you're good. And for the skin, this is the legendary skin. This 15 million down the drain for the skin. Do I still have the case? I might. I don't even know. I don't think I opened them all. Uh, and I will say I was kind of let down by this skin. I didn't like it as much. Like, yeah, it still keeps this cool lightning style for Zeus, but it just really just doesn't look right. They take off the lightning bolts on it, first off. I actually like that kind of cos design. They got this coil. I mean, it's all like these cool little designs if you look. It's got these bird wings on it. Still got this one. I don't know why it's so weirdly placed. But like comparing this to like Poseidon, the skin's just not good. A lot of the legendary skins just miss by a long shot. Moosewood, that skin sucked. They have a better skin for the King's Rod. What was the other skins? I know the current one. That one was the Forgotten Fangs. I like that one. What was the other skin? Trident. Trident Rod. I just talked about it earlier. And that one was decent. It wasn't cool. This would this would actually be under the Forgotten Fang. It would definitely be over the other two though, but it's just not better than the other skins in its own case. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. 6 out of 10 actually, because I just don't like it. I feel like if they turned it blue but kept like this yellow like lightning, it would be better. Or make the rod more shaped like a lightning bolt, like take it and then like bend parts of it so it looks like a lightning bolt. I feel like that could have also made the skin a lot better, but the skin's just not cool. Okay, now for the oh, dude, that scared me. Uh, as you yes, the rod that's been staring at me this whole time, the Kraken Rod. Now I will say the Kraken Rod is a pretty cool rod. It's got these freaking arms bowing down to me every now and then. This rod itself is not bad either. It definitely looks like a kraken. It's got the kraken symbolized person right there. More tentacles up here. It's got its eyes down here. I thought those were its eyes actually. But no, the eyes are down here, it looks like. It's got a gem. It's not a detailed rod, but it's a pretty cool looking rod. It's not as cool as others rods clearly, but it's up there. Its stats are not that bad. It's got a decent lure speed, a decent luck, a really good luck actually. I didn't even care to look at that. Point 0.2 control, 15 resilience in I'm not gonna pronounce that. Honestly, developers, let's be real. Just make that max kg. Like it's not a terrible ask. This rod, it's pretty good, but it's not as good as another rod. It's this much. We can tell how much money it is. It's right here. 1.3 continuing million. So it's not a terrible rod. Like I said, it's pretty good. Best enchant, hasty again, or swift. Anything to get it close to it. I was trying to read the chat. Oh, it's Knight of Luminous. I didn't even know. Um, Otherwise, if you don't care about clicking, Resilient is the second best. Otherwise, you could also go with a moneymaker. It's not terrible with the luck or the speed, so you could just go ahead and do any of those three, and it would be just fine. Honestly, some of these rods should definitely give the sunken mutation. Like I said that for the sunken rod, and it's like it would make sense, but I can kind of see why people say it's not good for that. It's already a decent rod. It doesn't need that, but I thought I heard somebody come in. Pretty decent rod. And here's the skin. The Nessie's the what? Nessie's Revelation. And it's a pretty cool skin. I do love this skin. This is another 10 out of 10. Uh the Kraken now gets a little bit of the Nessie's top hat, and I don't know if that has it on this Nessie, but it's got a monocle. I think that's what they're called. The reason I love this skin is because look at it's using the freaking symbols correctly. It's doing something with them. Also, these cool looking like tentacles waving, and this freaking black hole up here collecting all of this flame and all. It's just a cool looking rod. It's also got these dark effects. It's a sick rod, and it has a perfect line. That doesn't change the rating. But yeah, a really cool rod. 10 out of 10, like I said. I just love this rod. It even has a sparkle on its gem. Yeah, solid 10 out of 10 skin. The rod could use a little bit more tweaking though. And of course, last but not least, we have the Seraphic Rod. This is the new level 1000 rod I was actually able to get without trying because I had so much experience built up. And I will say it is a pretty sick rod. It's got these cool wings flapping. It's got these things around. It's not like a detailed rod, but like, come on, this thing's pretty cool. You could definitely tell that they built this rod with a lot of stuff in mind. Even like it's a thingy. It's got like the little seraphim circle. It's got detail right there, up here, and it's got the little spring. So yeah, it's a pretty good rod. The stats for it, you can't read them. I can't read them either. I'm trying to read them. Hold on. Give me like a second of my time at least. Where the frick is it? I have no idea where this rod is. Bro, they need to organize this frickin'. I found it. It's got 95% lure speed. We can read that. 150 luck, zero point 0.3 control, 20 resilience, and an infinite kg. This rod is built different. For anyone who also wants to get something on this rod, the best enchant for this rod would definitely be a moneymaker. Quantum. I'm gonna say quantum because if you're level 1000, you got some of these relics sitting around. Don't lie. Quantum is the best enchant for this. You could also go invincible or anomaly, but those are just for like other things. Like if you want extra fish, go with anomaly. If you want to get more of those fish from the other areas, like the volcano and brine pool, then go with invincible. But quantum is the best enchant for this. I'm trying to get it. I can't get it. I'm unlucky. Again, 20 relics and not a single in quantum. It's painful. But yeah, that's all the skins and that's all the rods and the skins. I'm now gonna go back to trying to spawn in this guy. If I can't spawn him in, I'm gonna go fish for relics because I really do need relics. And yeah, that's all of them. If you do actually have a question about like what you would want for some rods, you can ask them and I'll try to answer. I'm seeing all the comments. I'm not responding to them because, to be honest, I see them and I just look away. I don't I read trust me, I read them. I'm just too lazy to respond to you to people. It's a bad habit. Don't have this habit of mine. But yeah, if you have a question about a rod or like what you should do with a rod or what you should go get, you could definitely ask me and I'll give you a fairly a good answer. Some people might disagree with me, but let's be real. Opinions are what base everything on everyone. What the frick am I trying to say? Opinions are just things that people base everything on. I did not have a